Right. Hey, put it right in the corner. That's where I had mine. You know you're somewhere good when you're surrounded by train equipment. Hey everyone, in this video I'm coming to you from New Hope, Pennsylvania, specifically at the New Hope and Ivyland Railroad. This is my very first time here, and I'm here for a special reason. Myself and Nick of Nick's Crossing are going to be documenting a monumental weekend. Back on August 6th, 1966, New Hope Railroad had their first public train excursion pulled by a steam locomotive. This weekend, specifically yesterday, August 6th, is their 55th anniversary. So they're doing train rides the whole weekend, pulled by a steam locomotive, and we're here to document this experience. And although we don't plan on taking the train ride itself, we are here just to show you what the railroad looks like, the train station, get you some action shots at different parts of the line, and just kind of commemorate and document and take in this whole experience of their 55th anniversary. This is my very first time here. I don't know what to expect. I only briefly looked online to see what there is to do as far as locations to rail fan at, stuff like that. But as you can tell, there is equipment all around here, so there's plenty to see, and I'm going to be sharing some history with you as we go about the locomotive, the train station, and the rail line itself. So pretty certain we're going to be catching a train, and as always I'm going to do my best to give you some great video footage and just show you and share with you what this day is all about. So I invite you to come along with me. There's a GP30 number 2198 New Hope and Ivyland. They do have diesel powered excursions, but this weekend is all about steam to commemorate 55 years ago, that very first trip. You can see some of the coach cars too, which I believe are fairly old as well, but are taken great care of. This is Joseph R. Turner, 1424. But I do see up ahead some steam. So let's not waste any time. Let's check out that steam locomotive. And she's pulling her way for her first excursion of the day. There she goes. As you can tell, it has a fantastic whistle, and there's a pretty good group of people out here documenting it. This is the first trip today. Yesterday, that was the first trip of the weekend, Friday. Today's Saturday. I think they're doing 4 or 5 trips, and then repeating that tomorrow too. Once it does return, I'll give you some better close-up shots of the locomotive, and then we're going to head to a couple different locations to watch it make its pass through the crossings. Just on a quick side note, I think I have to return to this town. This is a really nice looking town. There's a nice little park area here with the gazebo. There's crossings right here, some really old buildings and construction, and just a really lively area. So I think in the future sometime I will return to do a touring towns video here at New Hope. Since we have some time to waste for the train to return, I'll give you a brief look here at the train station and platform. As I already showed on the screen, this was built in March 1891, closed June 1952, and was rebuilt 1966, refurbished back in 1991. But this is an original train station here. And up ahead, you'll see some steps, which will take you up to the platform. Old wagon here for loading, unloading cargo from the trains. They even have some old style music playing. And it looks like possibly a gift shop inside there, which I don't think is currently open. And this looks more like a depot. It says a freight house. So here's the gift shop. And they have, looks like there'd be some brand new decking they just did. You can actually smell the lumber. So let's see if we can get a brief look inside here and find out what they have to offer. Here's inside the freight house, which is the gift shop, and they have the usual gifts you'd find at a train place. You know, stuff for kids, some commemorative items. Let's see if they have a name tag here. Oh, yes they do. I may have to pick that up. They're playing one of the videos, which I believe are for sale. They have books here. And yeah, just a little collection of stuff here, ornaments. Even some photographs of the steamer in front of the station there. And of course, can't go wrong without a t-shirt. Ivyland, New Hope and Ivyland, railroad mugs, salt and pepper shakers, mugs. Oh, and even railroad sign. If I didn't already have one, I could pick one up right here too. Oh, Nick, if you watch this, they got your train whistles here. As we exit the freight house and you keep walking past it, you'll come to the Platform Cafe. Food, drinks, and best of all, ice cream. And also you'll find your facilities for ladies and gentlemen. I do have to say, number 2198 here, the GP30, looks really sharp. Now, everyone that knows me knows I'm partial to the color blue, but this maroon color with the yellow and black striping really stands out. It looks really nice, especially hooked up to the coach cars, which are the same color of paint. But yeah, this one really eye-catching. I'm going to retrace my steps for you guys. So back behind the 2198, you will find the locomotive shop. And further behind, there are various pieces of equipment that we did walk by on our way in. Now you can't get up and close and personal to them. It is posted as private property, as stated right here on the sign. But you can definitely admire it from the parking lot here. So the first item we have here, well, the first one's actually behind these containers, the trailers. Looks like a New Hope coach car. There is a, let's see, what is that? It says GY-418A, number 7210. Looks like it's maybe operating condition. Right in front of that is number 3028, which is a steam locomotive cab sitting there. Behind this locomotive there is a box car, which is, looks like it's being utilized for storage or something. Actually, two of them there. And up on top of the boxcar there are some domes, maybe steam domes or sand domes, but there are two boxcars there just sitting there. And we'll make our way up further and give you a closer look at these. As I'm following the tracks, you can see on the rails here, these ash dumps. This is where the locomotive comes to dump the ashes, probably after each run. Now, some railroads have ash pits where it is a actual pit that the train will park over and the ashes will fall into the pit, which allows for larger accumulation, easier cleanup. But I know Steamtown does the same way. They dump it right in the middle of the rails, and they have either someone with a shovel and a bucket shoveling it, or maybe a piece of equipment that will come scoop up the ashes. But we do have another coach passenger car here. Looks like it's in the process of being painted possibly. And a really nice caboose, which looks like it was just refurbished. It's got freshly painted grab irons. The wood on the side, if it is wood, looks freshly painted and replaced. Windows look brand new, and even the wheel truck's kind of shiny black, so that may be something that they do use periodically from time to time. And look at that now. That might not be just a regular passenger coach car. That might be something different. I'm not sure, because it does have a double light up on the center there and some grab irons on the top. I don't know, that might be maybe a former RDC rail diesel car, or maybe something else I'm not familiar with, but it looks different than your traditional coach car. And back here are several more pieces of equipment, so I'll see you right down there. As shown in my intro, this is 8218, a GP9, sitting here on the line, and right in front of that is number 7010, which says Pennsylvania Northeastern, which is a GP9RM. And further down the line, looks like looks like a flat car right there, some lumber on it. This is a type of, I believe, maybe a type of a hopper car or ballast car, maybe. Not too sure. In front of that looks like a mail or baggage car. Further down the line, there is more equipment, which me and Nick may or may not walk to. I'm not going to go yet because I am waiting around for him. But this line does terminate, though, a few hundred yards down. Looking on Google Maps, the line used to continue, goes down, I believe curves around to the left, and terminates by a maintenance or borough building. So the trains do not operate in this direction. This is just a storage line now. So anything that does leave the station goes in that direction. So walking further down the holding line, we do have some more cars here. There's a type of a passenger, maybe a dining car, it appears to be. Underneath the big tarps here, canopy is a caboose, and another caboose, which is a bit different. It's completely flat on top. There's no cupola, and this one looks like it's made out of plywood, and unfortunately is in really rough condition. It has broken plexiglass, and the wood is ripped open. And it actually has an inner wall, so this almost appears to be like a box car, but it's not. But yeah, it has like an outer shell, but the inner wood still looks like it's intact. But there is two surprises here. First one is Nick. Nick arrived, and we have a locomotive here, an old steam engine. This is a let's see, 484 wheel configuration. That's a mainline steamer, and it's been stripped down. You can see just the kind of innards of it. So you can see the whole cab area is gone, where the engineer and the fireman would be, with the firebox there, some of the valves and controls. And this is what it looks like, you know, when the outer casing that makes it look so nice is stripped away. This is all on the inside, and the inside is all tubes and pipes, and it's unbelievable what's inside of it. And these wheels, I don't want to get too close, but they are almost as tall as me. And the connecting rods are disconnected or missing as well, so they could freely move it. Wonder if it's going to be undergoing restoration or not, but it is sitting here on the holding line, which does continue past Nick. They do cross the road here and does continue down. There is a gate down there saying do not enter, so we're not going to go any further, but as I mentioned on Google Maps, the line does go curve around in the distance there and then terminate. I was just stating to Nick that this is actually a really neat looking piece of equipment here, not only because it's partially stripped away, but because it's kind of overgrown on both sides of it, and it gives it kind of like an abandoned look to it. Even though it's not abandoned, it is owned and watched after, but just sitting here with the high foliage makes for some pretty neat pictures. All right, as you can hear, she's making her way back from her first excursion. So as you can see, we have changed location. We are now further down the line. There's Nick down there, trying to avoid the camera. He's always in my shots. And behind me here, this road is called Street Road. This location is the furthest point that the excursion runs today. Now it does go further for other excursions, but the one that's running today for the 55th anniversary comes to here, which I believe is the town of Lahaska or New Hope. I don't know, one of those two. It's like right on the border. Anyways, the train comes here through the crossing and it will disconnect. The locomotive will come to the back, hook up to the caboose. Getting confused. So the locomotive will disconnect, hook up to the open air car and pull it backwards back to the New Hope train station. My hopes are is to set up my Panasonic camera somewhere along here to get a nice long zoomed in telephoto shot facing that direction and putting Jayhawk up in the sky to do a little train chase. So we have about an hour or so to wait, but for you guys it'll be just a few seconds, so enjoy the following footage. So here we are back at the New Hope train station. Number 40 is sitting here. It returned from its 3 o'clock run, and it's going to be departing in a little while for its last run of the day, the 5 o'clock run, which is a special run. They're doing the regular route that they've been doing and also doing a grape wine excursion. I guess what it is a taste test of wine and cheeses and grapes. It's like a special high-end adults only trip that they're doing as part of the 5 o'clock run. So it's pretty neat that they have something for everyone here, whether it's just a simple, tourist excursion or a grape wine cheese taste testing. But they also do Halloween trick-or-treat rides and also Christmas one as well. So no matter when you come, there is something to look forward to or to plan ahead with your friends and family to come take a ride on the New Hope Railroad. With that said, I do want to thank you for watching my video of the 55th anniversary of the New Hope Railroad. This was a spur of the moment occasion where myself and Nick did come out. We found out about it last night, drove the 2 hours, and were able to document this special occasion because they are running this weekend only. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So we got to capture a lot of great footage for the day that we spent here. We spent nearly, I'd say, 5-6 hours, and I'm pretty happy with the footage I was able to capture for you guys. Definitely will be returning in the future to ride that myself, probably next year. But I'd love to hear your feedback. Comment down below. Tell me what you thought of this video. And like always, thank you so much for watching. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next video.